This trip is wild because we're meeting like people we consider famous, and they to even know that they know who we are, and then to hear them be like, "Yo, I watch the show every night," is like super ridiculous. Like we saw Tony Hawk at brunch, and like Tony Hawk knows who we are. Like how random is that? I'm like, oh, Tony Hawk's like, "What's up, bro?" I'm like, me?
Yo, I was just waiting for Oprah to pull up. Like, y'all, job.
Yeah, you know I don't think Oprah's gonna curse.
Yeah. It's gonna happen though. I mean, because I feel like y'all's energy is just like, you feel like you know you.
Yeah.
I think it's brilliant the way you guys have the show set up, because it gives me, and I'm saying with all due respect, but it gives me what I used to love about raw cable access shows.
Yeah.
Like when I used to come to New York, some of the best entertainment ever is those characters that were allotted cable access shows.
That's what we grew up on.
Yeah.
We grew up on
Oh
Hot
my
Tracks.
God.
Video music by Shout Out to
Sex
Uncle
Boogie.
Ralph, Sex Boogie, Entertainment Vibes,
Yep.
Ghettonomics, B-Cat, Bobby Simmons. So when we made the show,
Robin Bird.
we always wanted to have like kind of the low production values, like Stretch and Bob or Wayne's World kind of thing, where it was the jokes to the forefront of the show.
Yeah.
Like we don't care about the setting. Like,
But it makes it genius.
Yeah.
I mean, y'all got budgets, right? I mean, clearly you just had like the dudes with the stones the other day. Like y'all got budgets.
yeah.
But I really do watch the show.
That's how he proved it. He's like,
Yeah.
yo, my rainbow would say.
But
What would your rainbow say, Pharrell?
because he just threw the rock. He was
Yeah.
like he was gonna try to do it. He was like, hey.
I ain't doing that. You saw that. You gave up on it very quickly.
But what's genius about it to me is that like there's like a psychology in the way that it's set up, so that it makes y'all's personality really feel like, oh, I know those guys. They're from my neighborhood. They live up the block.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what we try to
genius.
do, man. Like, because when we get together to do it, we just want to include you. You know what I mean? Like whoever's watching, because we're laughing back and forth. Like the crew in the building, in the room is laughing.
Yeah.
So it's just like an extension. Like you're in that room. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's kind of like a deconstructive late night show, whereas other shows you invite, it's like you sit down and then the host is talking to you, and it's just like, yo, this is blah, blah, blah. Here's a guest. I'm going to talk to him. You watch me talk to him. Whereas our show is more like, here's two of your homies. We're coming to sit on your couch with you and watch the news with you. It's like all of us are having a conversation, watching the same clips, watching the news, making a little jokes. So that's our relationship with our fans is more intimate. So that when we see them, like we had the live show yesterday, and our fans would come in and dapping us up, hugging us. They made us shirts and stuff. They're congratulating him on his daughter. Like it's
Congrats.
a much more personal bond with our fans, and I think that's what people really love about it because it's genuine. You know what I'm saying? Like we rock with people, and people rock with us. And like what's his name? Gerard Carmichael said, "Yeah, he's got a good aura."
Yeah, we got good auras.
You guys went to high school together?
Summer school.
Summer school.
We ran in different circles in summer school, and through the magic of Twitter, we started talking about things that were so similar that we ended up crossing paths, and then building on that, we got deeper into it. Like, yo, you know, homie from so and so, and this that, and then we realized, yo, son, you went to Lehman, I went to Lehman, and then it was just like,
wow,
the connection became more because it's like, oh, now I know that you know,
right?
You know what I mean? Like about all this stuff that we talking about. So
because we were already like mainstream Twitter, you know, we had a lot of friends like Gawker and BuzzFeed articles, stuff like that. But then when we would link up, it was more instead of Black Twitter or like funny Twitter, it was like now Bronx Twitter.
Yeah.
And if you're not adjacent to that or you're not familiar with the references like Fordham Road, East Tremont, or like the
Bay
viewpoints
Plaza, all that.
Bronx people have, or just like us having like this undying love for French Montana, which if you're not from the Bronx, you don't really get. But French Montana was like literally the only rapper at one point from the Bronx that we had. So people really appreciate it.
You mean current? I mean, but you had you had tons of rappers.
Yeah,
But
but
like current, like you would go and every car was playing French Montana in the summer, like, and if you were like, so we'd go other places and people was like, who's the most popular rapper in New York? We're like French Montana. And everyone's like, what are you talking I've never heard of this.
Shout the French.
Yeah.
So
Shout the French, unforgettable slaps.
But people always remember that people were just like, yo, like when y'all in your Bronx mode, like that's something unique. Y'all should explore that. So that's when the podcast came. People loved it because it was just like, it was like kind of a slice of New York that you're familiar with, but you didn't know still existed, and it's still grimy and still very authentic, and it doesn't feel forced when we talk. So I think that still comes through on the podcast. I'm not sure how much longer after this LA trip though, because I'm changing up, man.
Yeah, he's at Erewhon every day now, boy.
I'm Listen, I can't. I'm about to be rude, take my shoes off. It's just like my toes breathe.
So, yo, let me get that deer antler shot.
Where do you guys take it from here? Does it you want to just keep doing the talk show, or you want to do other things?
Man.
Do you guys write?
We came out here specifically to explore more stuff. You know what I mean? Like we always wanted to do like a buddy movie type of thing, and then like
100%.
You know what I mean? We each have like these, like together we have a lot of dope stuff, and then individually you get that very concentrated Desus or that very concentrated Mero, and we're also working on stuff in those
Yeah.
areas too. Because it's like, bro, you come in like Voltron, then the tiger drops off and hits you with the missile, then the other arm drops off. You know what I'm saying? And then before you know it, I don't even know where I'm going with this, but anime.
I totally see all of that with you
Yeah.
guys.
You know what I'm saying?
100%. Because, and I'll tell you what, your agent is probably having a great time because everything has already been proven based on your reaction and people's reaction to you, like your guest on your show and your ratings.
Yeah.
They already know you understand pop culture. So when you say, okay, I want to do blah, 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 you've kind of already proven that you understand that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's the show sets you up for like everything you want to do. You guys, I'm sure your agent is saying the same thing.
Oh yeah, shout out to
The way you're
Christina,
telling me this right
Victoria,
now, and the very even tone of voice, bro, I'm like, yo,
it's
happening. It's happening, bro. This is it.
You know,
Nah,
so we
real.
never realized that we love creating stuff. We're creators, but we were just always so burdened by our like Bronx existence and just trying to live day to day. That when you're just like worried about paying the rent and other things like that, you can create, but it's just not. It's not the same.
Yeah.
You know, you have like he has kids, he has responsibilities and stuff. And now, like you said, we're in a good place, and it's just like the juices are flowing now. Like I want to do everything.
Yeah.
Man.
Well, it's very funny because where you're from probably doesn't make you feel like you can,
Right.
right? But it's not where you're from's fault.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It just happens to be like the way it is.
Yeah.
But when you get out, you're like, oh, okay.
This is
You
what
know,
it's
as
like?
soon as you
Oh.
as soon as you get on that plane and you look down and you see where you're from, beautiful place,
Yeah.
because it made you.
Yes.
Right? But in the same way that it made all that ambition, the only thing that I feel like if I were the Bronx, what I would ask is that you come back and like really let your partners know and let like your friends know and let them kids know that it's so possible.
Yo, shout out to
Just
the Be
because-
Excellent Academy.
Yo.
We're
Because you
working on that.
get so used to like, you know, the everydayness becomes a camouflage and you forget that you're meant to move around.
Yeah. I pop. You know, it's funny. Before this whole entertainment thing, I was working at a junior high school with kids who were. It was a special ed classroom, but it wasn't like, you know, learning disabled kids. It was kids who like had rough situations, like they lived in shelters and like, you know what I mean. Their grades were low, but it wasn't because they weren't smart.
Right.
It was because they were in messed up situations. And going back and talking to those kids, because I'm like, bro, I came to this same school.
Yeah.
I'm from here. Like I graduated from here, and like I'm doing things that, you know, and I did the non-traditional route. You know what I mean? Like I didn't go to finish college and do all that other stuff. Like, but things are possible if you work. You know what I mean? Like, and there's not everything in entertainment has to be like, yo, I'm in front of the camera.
Yeah.
You could like entertainment and be like, yo, I'm gonna do audio. You know what I mean? Like I'm gonna edit. I'm gonna do. There's so many different things that you can do within something that you originally wanted. You know what I'm saying? That you can explore those options, man. There's millions of options out there. Just keep working.
Dude, they already loved you, dude, but they loving you right now.
Oh, yeah.
Listening to that,
Yeah.
like that's like you just turned so many up right now.
You know what I mean?